Hey everyone, welcome. Good evening. I'm sorry that we're coming so late. I know it's late at night, but I have some important stuff to share with you guys. I have some serious breaking news. So you got your hat? That's awesome. Hey, Kara, Joshua, John, Fran, how are you guys? I hope you had a good day. I love you, Ludmila, Lorna, Meg, Lourdes, Richard. I just want to say it's been one of those weekends, one of those weeks, and it's just one of those days. But sometimes, oh, I'm fine, Lauren. Absolutely, no, I'm doing great. I'm just here because I have a lot to share with you, and a lot of stuff that's breaking. But also, you got your shirt and book, Lorna. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. I am going to, once we have a little bit more of this, hopefully craziness dies out. Hopefully, once we're able to, take over and get our democracy back. Hopefully, we'll be able to then get back to story time with Lev. Get back to some definitely interesting stuff. But in the meantime, I would recommend definitely the book is your. You know, the book is basically your guideline to what's happening in front of your eyes between Russia, Venezuela, Trump. It's crazy to think of. When I wrote the book, I never thought that it would see the daylight. I wrote it when I was in prison, and then afterwards, here we are, 3-4 years later, and basically everything that happened in the first administration, it's playing out now, but on 2.0, basically on steroids. So slam those hearts. Make sure, Molly, I'm glad you received your book. And guys, I think for those that are waiting, the shipment's coming in any day. I think in the next couple of days, hopefully, I'll speak to my wife, and they're all going out. And so everybody, hey Dimitri. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys grab some coffee, grab some tea, grab a drink if you want, because we're definitely going to go into some important stuff. What we're going to talk about is some breaking news that you probably got. Some of you might have seen already today. For those of you that have not seen the breaking news, Donald Trump has basically come out on a podcast, on actually Dan Bongino's podcast, and started asking Republicans to federalize our elections, folks. That's right, federalize our elections. For those of you that have been with me from day one, and for those of you that have joined me, I've been speaking about this thing, what they're calling election reform in Trump world, for the past, since I came here, basically, for the past 9-10 months. Hey, Debbie, I know it's so sickening. I can't even tell you, nationalizing our election. Now, at first, I'm going to tell you this is, this is a far fetch because of our Constitution, because the way our forefathers foreseen such a situation, because not to have a dictator like this to be able to do it. But that doesn't mean he's not going to try, folks. And some of the things I'm going to share with you today that I've been speaking with my source, and that's why I'm coming to you late. There's a lot of several moving parts that are happening. First of all, uh, there's the elections, what they're trying to steal, reform, take away, change, however you want to call it. That's what's happening here at home. And also simultaneously, today, there was some very big stuff that came out in the Epstein files that some of our investigative reporters and some of my sources finally have put things together. And now we're starting to see the exact link between Russia, Epstein. We're starting to see Trump and exactly what's going on. But first, let's talk about Georgia before we get into everything, because I think that's the most important thing that's happening literally right this second. And then we'll talk about, I have some ideas and some things that we're working on how to fix it. So, so we're going to talk about everything. So first of all, let me just give you a preamp what's been going on, where we're at, and try to connect some of the dots so you know what's happening. So first of all, Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. Uh, a few days ago, we had a raid in Georgia, an FBI raid on election officials, and they've taken away boxes and boxes of voting voting actually logs, registration, and all kinds of stuff. Um, at that moment, there was also know that it was discovered that there was somebody else that was actually aggressively involved in that post, and that was DNI Secretary Tulsi Gabbard. Now, most people would say, why is she doing there? Is because this is a corrupt government, this is a corrupt administration, and that's why she's doing there. There's no other reason why she's doing there. So, for those pundits out there trying to make some sort of, oh, she was there for this or that, there's no other reason, and I'm going to explain to you why. There's a group of people behind the scenes that it's called a partnership that I'm hearing that they call themselves partners, folks. It's John Ratcliffe, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, and Tulsi Gabbard that are basically have been put in charge by Trump to do a few things. A, behind the scenes, they are collectively going into elections and folks, I'm hearing crazy stuff, changing things around, fine tuning to make him seem that the elections were stolen. Now, I want to give you some of the crazy things that the far right has been talking about that's been going on in Georgia and what they're planning on doing. And the breaking news that I'm coming with you folks today, we have about, and keep slamming those hearts because we're going to talk about is, I've been hearing today that there are indictments that are coming in Georgia, folks. Uh, I don't want to be right. I hope I'm wrong. But as I told you previously with Don Lemon, it was just a matter of time. You saw it, and it happened. And unfortunately, what I'm hearing is that there are indictments coming in Georgia, that this has been in the works for what, and some of the things that have been mentioned over in the mega world and inside of Trump camp that I'm hearing that they're talking about. So some of the things they were talking about is suitcases of ballots that were supposedly delivered to the State Farm arena where they were counting voting. Uh, there was a short surveillance clip from the State Farm arena showing containers being moved and ballots processed late at night. So because of that, they were trying to say that there were suitcases of ballots being brought in. Okay. Uh, so what happened? There was a Georgia Secretary of State's office, State Election Board investigations concluded the claim was false and cleared the election workers. The containers were standard ballot containers, and the process captured on video was consistent with normal counting procedures. So that never happened. But if you recall, they even, Rudy Giuliani and all of them went after a lot of this, how they were trying to steal it. Then there was a whole thing about that there was a pipe that burst, and because a water main break, and supposedly during this water main break, during this pipe, all of a sudden there were clear observers that were counting secret fraudulent ballots. Again, multi-fact checks and state explanations said the story was mischaracterized and used to fuel a false narrative about obviously secret counting. But these are some of the things that they're planning on using for indictments that are coming down that I'm hearing in Georgia, folks. And the indictments are for a specific purpose to be able to implement now different ways of the way to be able to secure the way I'm paraphrasing. I don't want to quote exactly how some of my sources said, but I'll go back but they're basically trying to do this whole restructuring to safeguard this whole plan that they're planning to roll out it's like 6 months from now, literally right prior to election, to be able to this new plan of securing and giving election safety. Some of that stuff has to do with actual ICE patrolling, asking people for documentation while they're in line, also having their people and more Republicans and slash not even Republican but slash mega Trump loyalists to be observers and to be able to, they're doing away with different. Basically, mail-in voting. They're also, I mean, it's just the list goes on and on, folks. One of the things, as we know, they talked about Dominion voting machines. Those that was a big one, which they lost. Fox actually ended up paying them. Then another thing that Trump some of it, I remember Giuliani was pressing really hard that they had dead voters, underage voters, and illegal immigrant voters. Key word here, folks: illegal immigrant. Why do I say that? Because this is where ICE comes in. So they were trying to say, they're trying to going to use that there was a viral spreadsheets, name matching errors, and all voter fraud records that didn't match the ballots, and they were made up of dead people and non-citizens, felons, minors, especially the Atlanta area. The review found state local officials reportedly said investigations did not show the kind of widespread ineligible voting alleged. And when actually fraud cases were found, they were isolated and prosecuted as individual cases. Important to tell you that is because, again, we're not saying that things don't happen. We're not saying that there might have not been some kind of voter fraud here or voter fraud that. That happens all the time in every election. It doesn't matter what year. This is part of the elections. So people try to cheat all the time. People try to say, but we're talking about the amount of voter fraud that would have had to happen. The amount of so like even in the reviews, they're saying yes, there were maybe one or two, and this is how I want to explain to you how the Trump mega movement and how his inner circle works, because I was part of it. You find a thread, you find something to latch onto, and you blow it up. As my mom used to say, may she rest in peace, making a mountain out of a molehill. You know what I'm saying to you? And that is a perfect way to explain what they do all the time. That's a strategic way of how they do it. They'll find a little irregularity over here, and they'll take it and they'll expose it, and they just keep saying it until and they don't listen. They lie, they manipulate, they bring people on that will testify under oath, and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was part of it. We did it, and that's why I'm trying to say to you, this is what's taking place right now. That's why this was really a secret. I can't wait to see when the indictment isn't sealed and we see or the subpoena, how they on what was the evidence that they used to be able to get what's it called excuse me, what's warrant to be able to go get these elections. I'm saying to you, I see a lot of everybody saying that Will Hold has an incredible post and about the election scam. Yes, Will Hold is one of our subscribers. She's one of somebody here on the team. I've done. She sent me some stuff. Her and Jessica Danson have been definitely on this election fraud. I know them. We're working, folks. So lots of moving parts. Absolutely, lots of moving parts. And I recommend you guys do your due diligence. And because I don't have the answers to everything, I can only comment and I can only give you information about the facts that I have, the information that I have. But that doesn't mean that there's not other things happening. That doesn't mean that they're not doing other things. So, folks, I just want to make clear. So that's why I try to stay on exactly what I know and give you the facts as I know them, and that's what our platform here. But again, I encourage you to look at other independent journalists out there that are doing incredible work, that are looking into other different things. That's why I want to make sure clear right up front. So, with that said, uh, I'm also hearing that this is just the beginning, that there's other states that they're looking into, blue states, obviously, where they feel that there was Trump's now on the verge, walking around talking about how he is going to set up reform where states where there's a lot of corruption. Again, put into place to be able to instead of these are all things, just so you understand, they have several options right now. And this is already, I could tell you because I've spoken to several of my sources about this, and there are several options. Option number one is what they're trying to do right now is to be able to put together, bring out enough confusion, reignite the base, reignite mega, take away the distraction off of what we're seeing happening with Epstein files, which we're going to get into. And they're trying to use Georgia and other states, blue states, which they're talking about regular, like Michigan. I know they're looking into. Somebody said what other states? Wisconsin. I'm hearing that is another one, a close one that they're looking into. Uh, Pennsylvania could be a state so these are all very important states, and these are all states that are going to make basically the decision in a lot of things that are happening. So that's why I want to make it clear. I don't know, Jeff, if it's 13 states or how many exactly states. I don't have the number, but I could tell you that they're looking into this. Is basically the plan I'm hearing is indictments are going to come down in Georgia. They're going to make a big stink about it. They're going to use that as a way to start going to other states where they're basically they're trying to bring back to all those conspiracy theories. If you remember Sidney Powell bringing in the Kraken, if you remember Rudy Giuliani, and running around and doing it. These are all of these different crazy ideas that they were coming up with in different states. Arizona, remember what happened in Arizona? How much they said that there was corruption going on there. There's actually still, Giuliani, and there's still a state case going on against Giuliani. Them. Is Bongino involved? Winterfresh. Bongino is playing games. He's as corrupt and as complicit as all of them. He knows he left to try to save his ass, and now basically he's trying to whitewash and allow Trump went on his show to be able to talk about this. But at the same time, what people are don't know, and my sources have told me, is that the producers were actually blocking out anybody that would come up, ask a question about the Epstein files while Trump was on the show with Bongino. They would mute those questions and mute it. So it was all staged because Bongino is hiding from that, as I told you folks, and we were going to get to them. We're definitely going to get to them. So major what's it called issue going on with the elections. And the group that I'm hearing, it's not just Tulsi Gabbard, folks. It's a team that Trump has established to put together, and you're going to start hearing about it in days. And the one thing why they're stopping the whistleblower complaint. So a lot of you might not know, there's been a whistleblower complaint that was filed today. Not filed today, it's been actually filed sometime in May against Tulsi Gabbard, and but the DNI stopped it, and they're not allowing it to come out because they're saying that they did an internal investigation and that the accusations are false. Just think about what they're saying. They locked it in the safe. That's right, Donna. They locked it in the safe, and they're basically said, no, you're not gonna because you're complaining against me. I say it's false, and we're gonna lock it. Doesn't work that way. That's why they're trying. But the good part about it is, I'm letting you guys know, is you're seeing we got whistleblowers coming out. When whistleblowers start coming out, and I could tell you because I just received this year my whistleblowers award, and I could tell you I hold that very proudly, because before I used to look at whistleblowers differently. When I was in the Trump administration and when I was growing up, I would look at them as rats. But I could tell you, being a whistleblower is probably the hardest thing you could do in your life, because you have to basically, there's no awards that you get, there's no prestige that you get. What you get is threats. Where you get is you go, especially when you're going up against the most powerful people, the most powerful man in the world, which is the president of the United States. What you get is you put your family on the line, and what you get is you usually suffer and lose almost everything. but at some point you sleep well at night knowing that, at the end of the day, you did something that most people do not have the courage to do, because most people look the other way. Most people think about themselves. Most people are too scared or to rock the boat or to go against them, and just will keep it quiet and go to, talk about it down the road. So, the fact that we already have whistleblowers coming out is a huge, huge, important part. So we have to push it. We need to push, family, what I tell you, the first things we need to do is we need to make sure that right now, call our Congress people, call our senators, and we need to make sure this whistleblower complaint gets out of the, what's it called, safe, and into Congress and into some eyes that people see what it is. Because some of the stuff that I'm hearing in the whistleblower complaint, if you folks haven't read, I put out the letter earlier today. Let me just take a look. I got so much going on. I recommend you definitely go read it. It's called The Whistleblower Complaint They Don't Want Congress to See, and Tulsi Gabbard's Role in the Election Plan. So the whistleblower complaint has a lot of, what I assume is information about Tulsi Gabbard, probably CIA Director John Ratcliffe, and the interworkings between Trump, because they're not even hiding it. If you really take a look, they're really not hiding it. Because if they asked Tulsi Gabbard, when they asked Tulsi Gabbard, why did you go do it? Tulsi Gabbard basically said that Donald Trump asked me to do it. No hiding. Not only that, but Tulsi Gabbard, just think about it, she put him on the phone with FBI agents. Think about this. I want you to stop for a second, because this is so important. This is so crazy. I can't even believe we're talking about this. Just think about this. So you have Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI secretary, going with the FBI on a mission to serve a warrant and raid Georgia facilities, voting facilities. Then after that, she puts the FBI agents on the phone with the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, where he then congratulates them and talks about what the hell? I can't even tell. Hey, folks, I know a lot of people are talking about Cohen in here. I didn't want to even talk about him, but I'll bring him up towards the end, because, again, not because it's Cohen. He's a loser as far as I'm concerned, and he's showing everybody his true colors, what kind of mean, nasty human being is. But I'll talk to you about it, because I think it's important what's happening with the Epstein stuff, which we'll get into in a second. So I definitely will touch on that. So this just broke today, folks. This just broke the past couple of days. If you remember, we've been speaking about this already for almost 3-4 days. We spoke about this the first day. They actually raided Georgia. I told you what's it called? I'm sorry. Somebody said that he's calling us cult members. Just I'm sorry that I got to respond, because that's so funny to me. Just think about cult members. He has people that are actually ignoring the fact that his name is all over the Epstein files. And this is a guy that comes and talks about, we need justice and we need truth for the Epstein files. And his people in there when you talk about, there's maybe 5 or 10 people that support him. I think the most of the people that go in there are to ask him questions. They just already paid for them, and they can't get away from him. And they're, because all he does, and think about it, all he does is insult. He insults everybody. He hits people's characters. He tries to deflect, but he never answers the questions. So you know what? I don't even, don't want to waste. I don't want you two guys have the bad energy. I don't want to waste my time on his stupidity, gaslighting for all those people that are in his, little cult and are following him. You know what? We can't save every soul, but I promise you, most of everybody out there, is just a matter of time, are going to see. Oh, Fran, we got over 13,000 signatures. Amen. God bless. This is something we're going to talk about, the petition, folks, because this is because I know a lot of you are asking me right now, how do we do this? This is so scary. Look, I first want to start off with is I'm not trying to give you nightmares before you go to sleep, and I apologize that we're having such a conversation at 10 o'clock or 10:30 at night. My wife is putting my kids to sleep, and but I think it's urgent enough for you guys to know what's happening and what's because we can do something about it, and we will do something about it. And part of what we're doing is we're going to start tomorrow making our calls and making sure the first thing we do is we need to sign our petition. The petition that we have going around, that's the Epstein petition, because let me tell you ahead of time what our plan is and what we already have in motion. So, very importantly, on January 11th, I want you guys to get the days. And yes, Laura, thank you so much for exit. We need to get over the 100,000. We're close. Our real goal is around 150 to 200 to be on the safe side, but we need at least 100 and change to be able to get all the professionals that we're trying to do for some incredible breaking news that I'm going to have for you guys once we get this put together. But I want to give you some important dates and what we're doing because we're actually not doing it. So February 11th is a big day because February 11th, Pam Bondi is going to be testifying in front of Congress. So what we're in the process of doing is I'm in the process speaking to several Congress people and also Epstein survivors and attorneys. And my plan, and also with our incredible team of Ellie Leonard, Zev Shalev, and others like Kate Justice that have joined the team, and others behind the scene that sometimes don't want to be noticed. Welcome to all the new subscribers, folks. Welcome to the family. So this is the plan we're putting together, and that's why we need each and every one of you to do a couple of things. First thing is to sign the petition. That's number one. That's free. It costs no money, does nothing, but it gives us a powerful voice. Number two is call your Congress people, call your senators. We want to see the release of this a whistleblower complaint against Tulsi Gabbard, what's named in it, what's going on. Very important because this all connects because the number one thing, folks, we're trying to save our elections to be able to take over Congress, to be able to stop this, what's it called, madness that's going on. Number three, we need you to become, if you haven't yet, become a subscriber of the platform. Subscriptions are for free. The other thing I want to mention, because I know Michael Cohen screams about this, and I want to make it clear because I want to say to you, yes, we do ask, and I do ask you constantly to become paid subscribers. And that's because yes, it helps me pay the bills, helps me pay the rent and support my family. B, it also helps push the algorithm to the top of the phone. So the information that I risk, because I consider what I do every day risky, because the information I'm giving you guys, trust me, Trump does not want this out. Putin doesn't want. There's a lot of powerful people in Venezuela that don't want it out. So I really do. And my family, we've decided. I spoke about, but I want to make it clear. So when I ask for what's it called, to be paid subscribers, that's what it's for, because to get you the information, and it's $8. And I think, honestly, I think it's worth it. It's a cup of coffee at Starbucks today, a month. So that's why I always say that's the important part, because we need to be able to spread, and that's what we're doing. That's why you guys are the best. We're constantly in the top 10, constantly number one, constantly number 5, and that's because the algorithms, you guys by becoming paid subscribers, help push the algorithms. So that's the first thing I ask. Then I tell people, because we are a family and because I want to make sure that there's no pressure on any single person to become paid subscribers or to contribute, everything here we have for free, except for a couple of perks that I do for the paid subscribers that in no way take away from any information that we would get out to all the subscribers. Because the number one thing is there is no paywalls here. There is no what's it called. The number one thing about our platform is to be able to get. Thank you, Matt. God bless you. To be able to get this information out there. So that's why I always say we are a family. Everybody can do something. The one thing I say is when you don't do anything, that's bad because you could either contribute, you could become a paid subscriber, or you could become a regular subscriber. You could spread the message. You could take the GoFundMe that we have put together. If you can't contribute to it, maybe pass it on to three, four people that you might know that can become. Thank you, Jill. God bless you for being a paid scrub. Sub. So, everybody could do something. Everybody, so it's not a matter of it. And the important part is the people that are blessed and fortunate enough that can become paid subscribers, that donate and contribute to my GoFundMe or to the Venmos and the ways they allow this to be free. The biggest thing it allows, folks, that people don't understand, and that's why it's so important, it allows us to be free from ever being pushed to be able to push anybody's message. Because this is why, even like when Congressman Rokana ran, why I like Rokana so much, because he doesn't take money from the big corporations. He doesn't take money from all the super PACs. That's another thing that if I was ever to go run and go into Congress, I would tell you one thing. The first thing I would do is get rid of all of this dark money and all of the super PACs, because that is how all of this things up. It needs to be elections, need to be grassroots. Elections need to be small money donors. You should not be, because if somebody comes to you and says, I'm going to give you $1 million because I want you to push this narrative, that's it. You are no longer independent journalists. And that's why I'll tell you honestly, I'm so proud of my son. I can't tell you how many deals my son Aaron, they come to him because of his platform, and they offer him to push all kinds of agendas and everything. And and I look at him and I can't believe that he's my son, I'm so proud of him, because he says to me, Dad, you know what? I'm not gonna ever, one thing I'm not gonna do is ever take money to push an agenda. You know what I'm saying? He goes to me, Dad, he goes, I'm going to build a platform on, he talks to Walter Cronkite. He talks about, so I didn't even know my son, he's young enough and remembers this type of stuff. But, that makes me proud, and that makes me look up to him. And I want to, and that's why I want to do it the same way. And that's why I do it. And I tell you guys, and I'm upfront with you and I'm honest. And as far as I go, as far as the other GoFundMe we have with Ukraine, Michael Cohen should literally go fall into some hole and never come out. He should be ashamed of himself. He should take a look one time what this GoFundMe does and about. If he would ever take a second and take a look at how many lives we saved, how many people we've helped, even today. I'll tell you, today I put out, I don't know if you guys seen the incredible stuff Alexander was with another family that has disabled kids that was forgotten by the world, forgotten by even the Ukrainian government, because the Ukrainian, there's only so much they could do. And Alexander is working with this group out there. This is the second family in 2 days. We were able to not only bring generators, we brought medicine, we brought food. And if Michael Cohen had half a heart, instead of sitting there and insulting everybody and hiding behind all of this stuff, and would just go out and take a look and say, you know what, maybe I want to be on the good side for once in my life and not do that. So, folks, you know what? To each his own. For those people that want to do it, for us here, we're not. I don't want us to talk about badmouth Michael Cohen because he's irrelevant as I'm concerned. The only thing I want from Michael Cohen is I want him to testify under oath, and that is why we have that petition. I want Michael Cohen. I want Steve Bannon. I want Howard Lutnick. And you know what? Look at today how we had the news. The Clintons, are now said we are going to testify in front of Congress. Hello. Well, now what do you have to say, folks? The Clintons have agreed to testify in front of Congress, because I was pushing for them to testify. I'll be honest with you, folks. I don't care if you're blue, black, or red. They needed to testify. The only thing I was saying to them that I was giving them slack was because the way they were being persecuted by Comer, and making them being the only ones. But they shouldn't be the only ones. Yes, they should be testify under oath, but they definitely should not be the only ones. And there's so many names that we are finding in there, like Bill Barr. The Bill Barr's relationship and Bill Barr's attention, it's just incredible. So let me tell you what we're doing. because it's very important. And that's why the signatures are extremely important. Your contributions right now. Right now, probably is the most important time for you guys to be, if you can, to contribute. Every dollar helps because and every signature is important. Because what we're doing is, like I said, February 11th and 12th are two important days. February 11th, Pam Bondi is going to be testifying in front of Congress. This is our plan, folks. And I don't care if Pam Bondi or if anybody here or if Laura Loomer's on here and she's going to go tell them, because you know what? You could know it. We're going to tell you what we're doing and we're still going to do it, and you can't get away with us. So what we're going to planning on doing is I'm speaking to Congresswoman Crockett, I'm speaking with Joy Reid, I'm speaking to a lot of Waj, a lot of powerful people behind the scene, Congressman Raskin. My plan is I want to get special passes to be able to get several Epstein survivors with myself to be able to sit in the front row, right in back of Pam Bondi. So as she's testifying, I want Congress to be able to turn around and say, I want you to look at each and every one of those Epstein survivors and look at them in the face. And I want you to tell them why you are not releasing the file. And as a woman, okay, as a mother, as a female, I want her to work and I want the cameras to be on there. And I'm going to be sitting right next to them because you know why, folks? Because I know Pam Bondi very well. And then when Pam Bondi turns around, I want her to look at me. And you know what I want to do when she looks at me, folks? I'm going to have a file. I'm going to have a folder. And this folder right now, our team of incredible, like I told you, Ellie, Zev, and the gang are putting together. And this folder is going to be put together of all the important facts outlined that are being dropped in that, what's it called, Epstein files right now. It's going to be not just a dump of the way they did it. It's going to be a glossy. We're going to connect the dots. We're going to put all the names, the Leon Blacks, all of them. We're going to put the names. We're going to show where they go. We're going to connect to see, and we're going to give a real dossier. So each congressman and congresswoman, because unfortunately, folks, they don't have the dollars and cents, and they don't have even the wherewithal to be able to go and study and get all of this information. And that's why a lot of stuff is not happening. So we're going to do the work for them. We're going to put together real, and I want to hand that to Pam Bondi, and I want to say, I want to show, and I want to say, you see this, Pam? This is all the proof you need about all, just to at least open these investigations, to call these subpoenas and release more of the files. So I want to make that very clear, and that's why it's very important. The other good news, I see a lot of you talk about Ukraine. Lots of great news there. I mean, great news. It's not really great news. Let me take it back because, it's still, Ukraine is being hit today. They got hit again. Trump lied, like, Putin was going to do a ceasefire for a week. There's no ceasefire. Ukraine's got hit again. The temperatures are tremendous. So what we've been doing, delivering to the families that for underprivileged kids. We've also have spoken and are now I think in the next couple of days, are going to be delivering generators to some of these facilities from Save Ukraine. Save Ukraine is an incredible organization that we are going to be partnering up with here at Lev Remembers and A Voice from Ukraine. With them, they are tremendous. They basically are out there every day, going out there to save, are getting back and saving all of these kids that are being stolen, that are being kidnapped, that are being taken away by the Russians to be, and this is a group that actually has people that go inside of Russia, steal the kids back. I mean, not steal, but actually save the kids at the middle of the night, special ops, bringing them back, and then they bring them into society. And they have different parts because I spoke to Mikola today, so he was telling me, he said, Lev, he goes, because a lot of times we bring the kids back and they have nowhere to go back. So because a lot of the families are killed because and that's why they kill the families and take the kids away. A lot of kids, families are displaced, moved. They can't find them where to find, so then they have to take the kids in and into facilities. And a lot of these facilities right now, don't have heat, don't have, where it's just a horrible scene. So we are in talks with them, also with a group here in the United States. I don't want to say their name until they want to say their name, but very proud, very big group, other American group here that does emergency relief, and they're in the process of helping us out with getting some very big generators that could power up whole facilities, like, because the ones we were able to get is just they could do families and stuff like that, but we're gonna basically working on getting things to light up the hospitals, light up bigger facilities, to be, because it's a total mess. So folks, continue, don't listen to the haters out there, don't listen to the people that, what's it called, continue. I want you could sleep well at night, because every time you want to feel good, go to my Substack and take a look at the video of those kids smiling because they had food today because of you. Take a look at the videos, how the lights were lit up on Hanukkah, on a holiday of lights, where we were able to go to Odessa when when the whole city was dark, and we were able to light up the city. Think about that amazing miracle. I mean, we were part of a miracle, folks. Just think about that. You watch it on TV. I know sometimes you don't realize it until you're actually a part of it. But just think about, you watch movies, you watch TV, and maybe me. I don't know about any of you, but you know how many times you watch a movie and you'll see, so, like a priest or a rabbi tell a story, say, hey, we don't have money for this, but we're gonna pray to God, and God's gonna figure out a way, and we're gonna get it. Don't worry. And then a miracle happens, and somehow this food reappears, and all of a sudden, and you watch that on TV, and you know how many times I said to myself, I can't imagine even being part of something like that. And folks, we were a part of something like that. I mean, just think about that. Think about, if you, and just, if you want to go back to the Substack, and just, I tell you, I play it over at least once every other day. Once every other day, besides speaking to my sister and having her give me the positive energy, between her and my son right now, giving me their doses of power, positive energy. The other thing I do is I go watch that Christmas Miracle, because when I see that priest's face, when I look him in the eyes, and when I see, and he says there, when he tells the story and I watch Alexander standing there, literally crying, because grown men, just think about it. He was leaving. He was already going on his way home late at night, turning around, went across the street to sit down to grab something to eat before he went on the highway. And across the street, there's a church. A church that's all broken up, no lights, everything. And what possessed him? Just think about what possessed him. It's only God, only miracles. And I know not everybody, to me, listen, it doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what believe, we all believe to our God, and God is great. And for whatever reason, Alex went to the church, and he saw that preacher there, and that preacher started telling him the story, about how they have no lights, they have no food, they were planning on, they don't know where they could even get the money. Even if they got the money, he doesn't know where would they could even get the generator. And he turns Alex, and before Alex gets a chance to go get the generator, he turns around and he goes, look, he goes, we went and we built a stand outside, and you see this cement block, and you see this metal rod, and it's a stand for a generator to go outside. And he says, we built it, and we pray for the past week. We've been praying. They've been without lights, without heat for a week. He goes, we're praying. And this is right before Christmas, like 2-3 days before Christmas. He goes, we're praying that we're able to, somehow we'll find, God will give us a way to get a generator. And Alex turns around with tears in his eyes, goes into the back of the truck and brings out a generator. And then the next day brought him another generator. And take a look at the video. The Christmas tree was lit. The kids had a Christmas. And I know it could be a small thing of one day and maybe whatsoever, but that's so big because I can't tell you what it gives them to live, because every other day they think about survival. So when we do, so that's why I want each and every one of you be proud of yourself. It's not me, it's not Alex, it's each and every one of us. It's all of us. Everybody's something, and it's not only the people that donated the money, because there are people that might have not donated money but took the GoFundMe and spread the GoFundMe, and somebody else donated the money. It's teamwork. So I want each and every one of you that's part of this community, part of this family, to be proud of the things that we're accomplishing. And right now, we're doing things that, just think about our little community, because are now partnering up and helping with Chef Jose Andreas and the World Kitchen. We're going to be getting them in the next couple of days. We're working out to start getting, because they have mobile kitchens around Ukraine to feed people. They're feeding them outside. Think about they're literally having mobile kitchens outside, and people are standing there outside eating. So we're now in partnership with them. That's why I keep saying, keep donating to that GoFundMe, because we got to get more generators. We got to get them generators. We got to get more generators for the kids in the Save USA. And we made a commitment, folks. I, at least, and Alexander made this commitment, and we're going to make it happen along. And you're going to help us, because this is to those families. There's about 70 families. We already helped two of them. Tomorrow, there's a third one. Alexander's going there. But basically, these families are on the outskirts of Kiev, Ukraine. They're considered literally the forgotten ones. Most of them are disabled, and most of them have disabled kids. The government, they're so far out of the city, they literally live off the land. If you take a look at the videos, it's all bombardment. Unfortunately, they're forgotten. The government doesn't. There's no aid for them. Nobody goes out there, looks after them. They don't have men, and they're basically living off every day what they can. And I could tell you this much, that this is a project we took on, and we're going to make sure that not only are we going to deliver each one of these families a generator to be able that they could get through the winter, but also we're going to continue, because each one of them needs medicine and food. Even like to the side, like Alex told me a story today, like he delivered the generator. So just think about it. He delivered the generator. They delivered food, medicine, and everything. And as he was standing there, the father of these two kids was hugging him, and Alex was looking him in his eyes. And I want to share the story with you, because I think it just shows you again how a tiny thing, a little thing, could go such a long way. So he looked him in the eyes, and and he was so happy. But Alex saw that something wasn't right. That even though he was happy, he should be the happiest person, but something wasn't right. And Alex turned around to him and asked him again, just think about it. Like, it's like, what would put that? And Alex turned around to him and said to him, he goes, "Do you have money to put gas in the generator?" And the man looked at him and said, "No, I don't." And Alex took out 1,000 grieving, I don't know what is it, $20 or $30, and he gave it to him, and the man broke down crying, literally crying. He offered Alex, he said, "I don't know what to give you in return." He goes, "We have potatoes that we've grown. I could give you some potatoes." And put tears in Alex's eyes. And he said, "You know what? I know I rather buy you potatoes." So, folks, these are the type of stories, and these are the type of things. So when I hear people like Michael Cohen or others talk about stuff like that, you know what? I'm not even gonna respond. One day they're gonna have to go meet their maker. One day they're gonna have to stand in front of God, and or wherever they go, and they're gonna have to atone to their sins. So I'm not there to judge them, but I feel I could sleep well at night, and I want each and every one of you to sleep well at night, because what we're accomplishing and what we're doing as a community, as a family, as a resistance is incredible. So I want to tell you that. Also, very important. So we got to see. Uh, We got Ukraine. The other story that it's late already tonight. I put it out. It just came out, folks. I recommend you go read it because tomorrow we'll be going talking about more. It is the. It's a real important one that I want you to read. I just literally donated. I'm sorry, donated. Thank you, LC, for donating. I'm already. It just came out. It's called Breaking News. Epstein wasn't just a predator, he was a Russian compromise machine. Very important. I need you folks to go read that letter because I really broke it down. Tomorrow, I'm going to speak some more on it and discuss what really is going on. But if you remember, I've been talking to you already for a while that I've been working behind the scenes about the real compromise that the Russians, that Putin has on Trump, the operation for 30, 40 years, how they've been working behind them, or, getting information. Well, what's happening is all of a sudden now in this Epstein dumps, we're starting to see the connections, and we're starting to see the flow, not only the money flow that Zev Shalev and we talk about, but also the way they were using it basically as a honeypot. That Epstein was using Russian girls, and he was basically there was a major connection. I don't want. We would spend another hour or two, and I think it's late at night, so I don't want to take you away from your families. But I recommend. I just put it out. Go read the letter, and tomorrow I will connect some more of the dots to you and explain to you what's going on. Also, tomorrow we have a very special live that we're going to do at 7 o'clock in the evening with Zev Shalev, and we're going to have others on the board, maybe Ellie or Waj or others. We'll see, and we're going to discuss this Russian influence campaign, the relationship with Epstein, the money flow, what my sources are telling me is happening, what is being in play right now. The one thing I'll keep mentioning and telling you about that nobody's talking about, I'll keep telling you Nord Stream 2. Nord Stream 2 is the pipeline between Russia and Germany that right now is in talks, that Kirill Dmitriev literally is down here. Kirill Dmitriev is Putin's guy, is down here meeting with Jared Kushner and Witkoff in Miami. And some of the things that are being discussed, not only of the reconstruction of Ukraine and the divvying up, but more support, or more even sinister, is the way they're trying to control the energy sector in Eastern Europe, just like they did what they're doing in Venezuela. That's another subject, Venezuela. There's a lot happening there. So I'm good. Tomorrow, I think we're going to spend time talking about all these things. Just to give you an update, tomorrow morning, I have some meetings lined up about the progress and some of the things that we're doing. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to update you on some of those things. But the thing that I can update you on right now is that February 11th and 12th, we're going to DC. Also, anybody in the DC area, contact either our volunteer hotline or DM me. We'll see how many of you out there. Maybe we'll put together something special, maybe like some sort of like a cocktail hour, a get together, or maybe like a little Q&A with me live for an hour somewhere. Maybe we'll get the book. Maybe I'll grab some books. If you guys want to bring your books, I'll sign them for you. Just spend some time. So, but we'll do. We'll see how many people respond because we can't do too big. But definitely, I would love to see you guys there. I'd love to spend some time, meet you in person, like I said, and talk. So, 11th and 12th, we're in DC. Like I said, number one thing, sign the petition. That's free. That's important. That's right now, what we need more than anything, to be able to show how strong our voices are. Two, make your phone calls today. This thing that's happening with their election reform is a part of, trying to take away our elections, and we can't do that. We can't allow that because every day that goes by, I keep telling you, and you see, I hate to be right, this is not a game. It's not where I'm predicting things. The reason why I'm right, folks, and this is why I keep saying, is because I speak to people on the inside that are dealing with it. So it's not that I'm guessing. I'm not playing Russian roulette. It's like, it's when you know, you know. It's like, so that's what I'm saying to you. And I'm saying this not to scare people, but for us to know, warn, and know how to respond and act, because information is key. Once we know what's going on, there's ways of being able to go around it. So we're on our way to DC. We have other things planned up tomorrow morning. I have meetings lined up, but I will be coming back in the afternoon. I think tomorrow at what's it called? At 3 or 4 o'clock. I have Jen Budd. Uh, you guys know she's the ICE agent that came out. So Jen is going to be. I'm going to do a live with her tomorrow. So we're going to talk about ICE, what's going on with ICE raids in Portland. Also, we're going to have Pam Hamhill. She testified in Congress. She's the uh, um, they called her the MAGA granny. She then testified in Congress, Trump, and gave Trump's pardon. Now, she's the only one that told Donald Trump to take his pardon and shove it where the sun doesn't shine. And she's now in actually Portland, Oregon. She's there, and she's going to report live to us. And we're going to have also Jen Budd, an ICE agent, with her. So we're going to try to put that together, do a special, because even though the most important thing I want us to concentrate is right now the election reform, and the way to stop it is by going out there and using our tool that we have, which is the Epstein files. But it's also important for you to know where ICE is, what's happening, because they're spread. They're not just in Minnesota; they're all over the country. There's things happening. So tomorrow we're going to speak a little bit about ICE, what's happening around there, and then at 7 o'clock we're going to do a special with Zev Shalev and others, and I think during the day, I'm going to try to see if Alexander is around. I'd love to grab him live, or because I know tomorrow he's delivering some more generators, but I will have more pictures for you guys. I will have more videos to you, more families, because that keeps me going. Every time I see one of these families I know we helped, I know it puts a smile on my face, and I know we're doing the right thing. So we're on the right track. So I want to tell you guys, with all the craziness that I just told you, with the fact that, yes, they're trying to steal our elections, the fact that, yes, they're trying to implement in the insurrection law, the fact that they're out there making deals behind backs on gas and oil and everything. Yes, they're doing all of it. But we have the solution, and we know what to do, and we're doing it, and we know what the plan is. So keep the faith. Make sure that don't get distracted by the Michael Cohens of the world. To put on your focus your anger. Focus, like I always say, take your anger, take your emotions, take all of that frustration that you have up, and put it into a positive energy, and put it into action, and we know what we need to do to be able to get a democracy. So I want to end this off on a very good note, because I want you guys to go to sleep tonight being proud of yourselves, A, about all the great work and all the families and all the lives we're helping. B, we are making a difference, because people are noticing. As you can see, that when we ousted Michael Cohen, it wasn't about us and everybody walked in, because we have the facts, because it's the truth, because we're not here to talk about it. And there's others on the list, and we're not going to stop. They can't stop us. And there's a lot of things that I'm contemplating. I'm contemplating a lot of different things, folks, to be able to save our democracy. And I promise you that soon enough, I'm going to share a lot of stuff with you, and I hope I'll be able to make you proud, just like I'm trying to make my family proud, and each and every one of you, because to me, this is a personal mission. This is not about being right. This is not about putting on a show. To me, my family is all in on this. My son is there on the front lines. I went to prison and I'm there. I feel a lot of burden and responsibility for being a part of this group of nasty human beings. But I want to use that anger and that power and that frustration and all of that, and I'm channeling it and manifesting it into my positive energy, that we're going to turn that and we're going to do good. And the good we're going to do is starting February, starting in 2 weeks. So February, just so you know, February 6th is my birthday. So February 6th, Friday, I might be off. I don't know. My wife has tried to take me off as long as there's no going to be no crazy breaking news. Friday, February 6th, I'm going to take the day off. Hopefully, it's my birthday and spending some time with my family. But that's it. And then back to work. And then next week we're in DC. And like I said, hopefully get to see you guys there. So in the meantime, make your phone calls. Like I said, sign the petition, become, if you can, a free subscriber. If you can, become a paid subscriber. You know where I stand on that. If you also very important, join our volunteer hotline at levpttp@proton.me. It's a way that you could help in lots of different ways and be part of the movement. Also, go visit levremembers.com, because we're also changing the website. It's going to be informational. Also, leave your I want you to register your email, so this way, if because one of the things that we're under constant fear and danger is for Donald Trump to shut down one of these platforms like Substack and Go, because he is going after independent journalists. So we have to take precautionary measures just in case that happens, to be able to, so I could stay in touch with you guys. So register your emails at levremember.com. And also while you're there, I recommend grab your, what's it called? Outline of Shadow Diplomacy, and lots of great gear from Lev Remembers or to Voice from Ukraine, and Enough is Enough, which I want everybody wearing when we go to Washington, D.C. I'll be wearing my Enough is Enough shirt, because, folks, it's time to take our democracy back. All of those things that are purchased on the website, a portion of the funds goes to help Ukraine. It doesn't matter what you buy from Lev Remembers or Voice of Ukraine. A portion of that I help out with Ukraine and with Alexander, and the other funds go to support me, my family, and our mission to save democracy. And I just want you to know, it's very expensive when it comes to security. And now that we're going to be going on the road, just keep that in mind. We're living in a really crazy world. So just want everybody to know that we, number one thing is we all need to stay safe, and make sure that we could make our voices as loud as possible. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. I know it's late at night. I want you guys to get some sleep, have a good night, and I want to tell you, the usual time tomorrow, Eastern time. We got a lot going on. I wanted to break this news to you so you know what was going on with Tulsi Gabbard, with what's going on with the elections, with the Epstein files and Russia. For those of you that joined late, I will be putting it out tomorrow morning. Not tonight already, it's already late, but tomorrow morning I'll be putting out this video so you could see the whole thing. For those of you, please, that get it, share it far and wide, because nobody's talking about this stuff. We need to sound the alarm. We need to make sure that people start hearing, that the media picks up, so we could stop them before they go and start. Because like I said, I'm hearing, breaking news. I'm hearing that they're going to be indicting people in Georgia, and they're going to be going to other states, and they're going to be also using that as a platform to be able to now do, as they call it, election reform, to try to figure out how to stop it. And the last thing is we will talk about it tomorrow. We're really going to go deep into it at 7:00. Is the Russia connection with Epstein? That Epstein was not just working with them, but he was working with them, and they had a honeypot operation going on, and getting a lot of compromise on a lot of different people. So a lot to do. Stay tuned. I want to say God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of our family, part of this movement. For those of you that are new to it, I promise you I won't let you down. For those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that I consider all of you my family, and that's why I don't do anything behind the back. I do everything up front here, live with you, because you deserve. My loyalty is to you, the people, not to any corporation, not to any billionaire, not to any party. I don't care about Democrats, Republicans, independents. All that is a name. We all are people. And right now, I care about the people that want to save our democracy. I care about the people that are tired of the lies. I care about the people that want to go back to a normal, place where America is loved, cared about, where you could come out and not be scared to come outside because you're going to get picked up because of the color of your skin, or because you don't have paperwork, or you're scared to send your child out to go to the store because he might not come home at night because ICE doesn't like the way he looked. I mean, all of this has to stop. The killing people in the middle of the ocean because we need to set up a pretense war with Venezuela. Just think about it. One day we're at war with Venezuela, the next day we're going to war with Greenland. Well, then we're almost. By the way, we're literally any day from possibly going to war with Iran. I will be giving you more information there because Vladimir Putin is involved in those conversations. So I'll have some inside information to you about that tomorrow. So with all that craziness going on, the best thing I could tell you, the positive stuff, and that's why I want you to end this on positive, is we got his number. First of all, just think about all the stuff coming on, the Epstein stuff. He can't hide it. He can't go away. We're coming. February 11th, February 12th, we're coming there with a package of information. We're coming there with our signatures. We're coming there with our voices, and we're not going to let them forget it. And it's not just us. This momentum is building, and these survivors are going to get their justice there due. And all of these pedophiles and all of these men that have been running around, and women and planning around, justice is coming. So stay tuned. And tomorrow's a big day. So anyway, folks, I got to run. Have a great night. I'm going to go try to get some sleep also because with the time difference from Ukraine, they start calling me. It's like 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes I don't know what day of the time it is. But anyway, I really love each and every one of you for your support. Have a great night. And remember, like my sister and my son Daniel say, if you feel positive, if you look yourself in the mirror and you say today is going to be a great day, today is going to be a great night, use that, manifest that, pay it forward. You know what I'm saying to you? And definitely give them a follow, because I promise you, with all the craziness going on, waking up in the morning and instead of having 10 messages with all this breaking news, and one of them gives you that power of good love, energy, and puts you on that right motion, puts a smile on your face, that's worth more than anything in this world. So definitely, I rarely say it, but definitely give Ludmila and Daniel, my son, Center of Positive Energy, a follow, folks. Again, it doesn't cost any money to follow, to just get the news. And if you like what they do, you'll figure it out yourself. But definitely, it's something we all need. So anyway, love you guys. Have a great night. And and by the way, Aaron, I'm so proud of him. If you don't know yet, he started his podcast. So he has a podcast now also, folks. Make sure to go Apple or wherever the podcast is and listen up, because he's really expanding. And like I said, I'm proud of him that he's doing it grassroots with each and every one individual, not by taking any corporate money. And that's one of the things that I think is extremely important for our country. And that's one of the things that if I would ever go to Congress, one of the main things besides pedophiles and Epstein and all that, I would try to expose and show how this foreign money, how this corruption is making it through all of these super PACs and all of this black money foundations that are running our country and manipulating it. And that's something Congressman Rokan is also on, something I'm going to talk to him when I'm going to be in Washington. So there's a lot to do to save our democracy, but I'll keep talking. Let me just go say good night. Take care. Bye-bye.